So, how's everybody doing? I've got a lot of overwhelming emails and a few comments about putting the Xbox report on YouTube. So that's what I'm going to do now. Unfortunately, last week's show I didn't tape it, so I can't put it on there. But we'll do a replay of it right now, and because I usually do it live on the show, but I will take the clip from the show and put it on YouTube from now on, just so you guys can check it out. Because I know not everybody gets to listen to the live show. What I want to talk about right now is, what do you think right now is the best game for Xbox 360? Right now, what is your favorite game? What is the absolute best game? And it's probably going to be somewhere between Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, Batman, Arkham City, Halo, Combat Evolved, Saints Row, Skyrim, Battlefield 3. What do you think is the best game right now? I'll even throw, I won't throw, I guess Forza 4 is out. But, I think it lies somewhere between Skyrim, Saints Row, Halo, Call of Duty. Those are all great games, in Battlefield 3. Maybe not Halo Anniversary, because it's more of a replayed game. But I'd say Saints Row, Call of Duty, and Skyrim right now are probably the top three. So let me know what you think is the best game and what's your favorite game and why. If you haven't played some of those other games, why haven't you? I want to know that too. Is it money? Have you just not been that interested? I don't understand. If you haven't got Skyrim, I don't know why you haven't gotten that game yet. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is games that are coming out. So those are some of the games that are out now that I believe are the most popular at this point. But what is coming out is also exciting. I know that Jurassic Park was disappointing to most people, as it was to myself as well. Let's take a look at some of these other ones, like Deadliest Warrior is coming out soon. Now that's a big one from the ESRB rated it mature. It's going to be coming out, I believe, January 12th, 2012. And that seems like it's getting a lot of buzz. And the trailer looks badass for it. So Deadliest Warrior Ancient Combat, that comes out January 12th, 2012. And it is, of course, a fighting genre. Another one a lot of people are looking forward to of the RPG nature, of course, is Final Fantasy, which is, I believe the Final Fantasy is 13 Part 2 or something like that. And I'm not 100% on that, but I believe that's coming out sometime in January as well. Late January, maybe into early February. And that's releasing as an RPG with a teen rating on Xbox 360. I know hardcore Final Fantasy fans will probably be interested in that game. Got an email from Damien231. Big fan of Final Fantasy. I've played them all. I can't wait. Negative comment about the other one. I had the first Final Fantasy, and I thought it was okay, and the only thing I didn't like was waiting till the third disc before I could change my team around. That seems to be a common complaint as far as that game goes. Another game coming out, Never Dead. That releases on January 31st, action-adventure style game. I don't know what to make of this game so far. I haven't played it myself, and it seems like a lot of people haven't as well. It's called Never Dead, and that's January 31st release. So I'll try to get on that and see what I can tell you about that game. A real big one coming out, of course, Soul Calibur 5. That hits at the end of January as well, January 31st, 2012. Of course, a fighting genre. People are super excited about the new Soul Calibur. IGN has not rated the game yet so far, from what I understand. They usually give the Soul Calibur games, I believe, around a 7.5 or so. So probably look for the same type of thing, but we'll see. Darkness 2, which is a shooter, has gotten a lot of attention as well. The first game, from everything I hear about the first game of Darkness, is that it was pretty good. People enjoyed it somewhat, but, thought there was a lot of room for improvement. And from what I understand with Darkness 2, that improvement has come a little bit. As with most things with 2K Sports, or with 2K games, rather, they've made improvements on the second one, but not many. So if you're looking for a completely different game than the first one, you're probably not going to get that. You will probably get some upgrades, and it'll be a little bit better. And since the first game got so much positive press, Darkness, for the most part, it got positive reviews. So I got to believe the second one would be just a tiny bit better. So why not get the second one if you've already enjoyed the first one? And there's other games coming out like Inversion, Kingdoms of Amalur, and Combat Wings, Binary Domain, UFC Undisputed 3 hits February 14th, Valentine's Day. Here, honey, for Valentine's Day, have a punch in the tit. Right to your breasts. UFC 3. Syndicate also hits February. Max Payne 3 comes out March of 2012. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, March 2012. Mass Effect 3 comes out March 2012. A lot of trifectas, a lot of threes coming out this early 2012. Street Fighter and the Tekken game comes out March 6th, as well as Silent Hill, the HD collection, comes out March 6, 2012. And if you're a baseball fan, Major League Baseball 2K12 comes out March as well. Of course, those games are usually always horrible, although I must say the last year's game was the best one so far. So nice try. Hopefully EA Sports will be allowed to make another baseball game, finally, for the first time in 7 years, because 2K owning the rights to the Players Association or whatever it is just a travesty and disgusting, because they make a piss-poor baseball game. Now, the show is pretty damn good, but it lacks options with pitching location. You know what? I'm not going to get into it. Just EA Sports 2006 MVP Baseball, still the best baseball game ever released for a system. And they're not allowed to make games anymore. So, stupid. The new actual Silent Hill Downpour releases March 13th. And really looking forward to this one coming up, folks. This is big for me. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Looking very much forward to this game. I feel like this is really going to bring me back to the series. I think after Code Veronica or Resident Evil 4, I think it was, I kind of stopped paying attention to Resident Evil stuff. So I think this is really going to harken back and bring us back to what we loved about Resident Evil in the first place. And that Resident Evil game comes out March 20, 2012, once again. Dragon's Dogma comes out March as well. Blades of Time, March 31st, 2012. Birds of Steel, that comes out. That's another flying game. Here's a big one for all you nerd baggers out there. Game of Thrones hits stores April 3rd, 2012. Not 100% sure about what the deal is with this game yet, except for the fact that I believe they're really just trying to make some money off of the fact of the success of the TV show and the books at this point. So I'm going to guess that this game doesn't have very high expectations, this Game of Thrones game. Maybe more will in the future. And you're asking what type of game it is? It's an RPG. But it's an RPG, so, it could be pretty cool. If you love RPGs and you're a fan of Game of Thrones, you're married to that sucker. That's going to be a big deal. And we're not going to get into any more. If you have any questions about stuff releasing, you can ask me. Maybe I'll do another video on it. But right now, that's about it. We'll get into those games sometime in January. I'll start doing some reviews and let you know some more information as it becomes available for those games. And I will still have the Xbox rant, report, whatever you want to call it, on the live show. So if you're checking out the live show, go to RageInternetRadio.com. Go there anyway, though, and become a member, an email member, and all that stuff. It's all free, obviously. Yeah, go do that, and I'll try to get as much of that stuff uploaded on YouTube as I can, as I know most people don't have 2 hours at a certain time every week to come listen to the show. So I'll try to get as much material I can loaded on youtube.com/darkestdays11, youtube.com/rage internet radio, or rageinternetradio.com. I'm Dan Cronin. Guys, take it easy. This is the Xbox Report on rageinternetradio.com.